Hello, welcome to English 3, Unit 3, Part 1 with me, Professor Neil, and my TA, Younghee.
Hello, this is TA Younghee.
Alright, today we're going to be going through quite a lot of verb tense, past, present and future, talking about your plans and what you did in the past, what you're doing now and what you did in the future. So it's quite a lot to cover. Are you ready, Younghee?
Yes, I'm ready.
Now the first section will really...
Together, we can do it.
Yes, we'll go into things in quite a lot of detail.
Very, very crammed in.
Yeah, so we're going to start with headlines before 2050.
Ooh.
So headlines are the things you read in newspapers or you see in news programs. They are the main stories that are happening in the world on that day. So let's look at some of the example headlines in Fast Track 3. So we have 6 newspapers. We have the Daily News. We have News. We have News. Read all about it. We have the Weekly News. We have World News. And we have News again.
A lot of news.
Yes. There is a lot of news. News never stops. It never sleeps. And each newspaper here has a headline. So there are 6 headlines for 6 newspapers. So the first headline is Researchers Download Human Brain.
Ooh, researchers download the human brain?
Well, the idea is, this headline is, does it happen before 2050? Does it happen before 2050? So we're talking about, is this a possibility of happening before 2050?
Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to be talking about.
We do 3D printings these days.
Yes. So, second headline, world population reaches 9 billion.
9 billion. What's the world population now?
About 7 billion.
Already? Wow, last time I remember was about 6 million.
But I read
6 billion, sorry.
things keep going until they stop.
When you gonna stop?
Anytime soon, it seems like.
Before 2050?
Not if people don't get out of their houses. Alright, and then the third headline, first tourist visit Mars.
Ooh, Elon Musk.
Yes, Elon Musk is in the news.
Ooh, SpaceX.
Don't worry, Younghee, we're going to talk about each one individually soon.
Wow, interesting. I love Mars. I love the space project.
I don't know why people want to go to Mars, but there we go. Alright, so the next one. Chinese replaces English as international language.
Ooh, I don't think so.
No, students are going to have to start studying Chinese and English.
Do you want to learn Chinese and all the writings, memorizing?
Yes, I think it'll be wonderful to learn.
And all the tones?
Yes.
你好吗?
Oh, wow. What's that?
That means how are you? Hello.
Oh, okay. What's up? Alright, and then the next one. Rising sea levels flood Osaka, Japan. Yes, doesn't sound very happy, but Greta Thunberg, well, she predicts it, so listen to Greta. Don't listen.
Who is Greta?
Greta Thunberg.
Who is it?
She's a climate activist, schoolgirl, very successful.
Too much.
Yes.
TMI.
Last one. Germany bans human drivers.
You mean then all cars will be automatically driven by AI?
Yes. So those are the headlines. They are the main stories. And we're going to look at, so what will happen before 2050? So you have to check. DT, definitely true. PT, probably true. PF, probably false. DF, definitely false. So PT and PF, probably true, probably false, are more in the maybe. Maybe it will happen. These ones is it will happen, and DF, it will not happen. So it might happen, it maybe happen, but then at the top you got it will happen, it won't happen.
It seems like DT, PT are more positive answer, and PF, DF is very negative.
Well, let's find out by talking about them.
Okay.
Alright. So, Younghee. Researchers download human brain. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Will researchers download the human brain before 2050?
I would say probably true. I'll say probably true.
Probably true. Let's put a check in the probably the true, which we can't check, but imagine. Why?
I mean, it depends. Will you actually download a real physical human brain, or they just referring that the human brain ability?
Who knows? There's only the headline. There's no
that's,
story.
So you can have two meaning, or like physically human brain, or just the ability, capacity of a human brain intelligence. In that case, it's more possible.
Possible. So we're going for probably true then. Probably true that by 2020, researchers will have downloaded the human brain. Well, in 2050, if they do download the human brain, you will read all about it in the newspaper. Well, no, because there were no newspapers on your phone. Unless it's sent to your brain via electric waves and there are no phones.
If you can, which human brain do you want to download?
Oh, Donald Trump's. Most interesting brain in 2021.
Okay. Interesting choice.
Yes. He is the genius behind everything.
I will download Elon Musk.
Yes. Well, we'll get to him in a moment. Okay, so next one. A question again. Will the world population reach 9 billion before 2050? Younghee, once again, your thoughts on this headline?
Considering the history of human population increase, definitely true.
But they say as countries get richer and more successful and people get richer, they have fewer children. So if countries like India start to get richer, there will be fewer children. So populations might start declining like they're starting to do in Korea and Japan.
You never know. So
no, you never know.
I will just say it's definitely true.
Definitely true. Definitely true.
Unless otherwise there is some problem occurs, like a natural disaster, kill many people,
or a virus or something.
Yes.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows about the future? This is the thing.
But at the moment, it's more likely, statistically, definitely true.
Okay, yeah, it seems like the world population is definitely increasing. So we'll give that a definitely true. Definitely true. First tourists visit Mars. So Younghee, I have the question for you. Will the first tourists visit Mars before 2050?
Probably false, because they said tourist. So I know those, they plan to the famous thing. There are many celebrity rich people. They signed up to go tour to the moon. Including Virgin Atlantic president. It's been over 20 years. So I mean, because of the word tourist.
Okay, well let just.
I mean, but if they say will the first human or man visit Mars before 2050, I would say definitely. But then, because it's tourist, I don't think it's possible. So probably false.
Well, I just have two quick questions for you. Who was the first man on the moon?
You mean reported?
Yes.
Neil Armstrong. Sorry.
Yeah, that's good. In which year?
1959.
1969.
Ah.
You must be one of my students. Okay, and
do I have to remember the exact date? Because only one person been to moon.
No, about 13 people. Who was the last man on the moon?
I don't know.
No, Eugene Cernan in 1972.
Okay, no one knows.
No, see, That's the amazing thing. We have not been to the moon since 1972. It takes 3 days to travel to the moon. To go to Mars, it'll take 6 months. Oh, you'd have to test by locking people up in their homes and seeing if they can spend 6 months inside their homes.
This headline stuff will make us very chatty.
Yes, well, we're going to move on because otherwise we're going to talk about these all day. Chinese replaces English language. Will the Chinese replace English language as the international language before 2050? Probably. True. Rising sea levels. Flood Osaka. Probably. Germany bans human drivers. Well, if any of them drive like Howard Roach, they should be banned.
Who's Howard Roach?
He's the worst driver in the world.
Who is Howard Roach?
He's the worst driver in the world. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Okay, so those are headlines. Make your own minds up. And I'll be asking you those questions later when we meet.
Wow, meow.
Yes, so let's go on to the dialogue. Lots to talk about in the dialogue. First, so Yong-hee and I are going to read the dialogue. You guys listen. So listen and then you read it. Okay, so let's go. So Yong-hee, you are Mark, I am Joe. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any plans for the long weekend?
I am visiting my parents. What about you?
I'm going to stay here.
Relaxing for a while will be nice.
Yes, but your plan sounds better. Who else is going?
My sister is going to meet me at the bus station. We'll travel back to Chicago together.
How about your brother?
He arrives on Saturday. His plane departs in the morning.
Your mum must be happy.
Actually, she doesn't know yet. My dad was going to tell her, but then he thought she'd enjoy the surprise.
Very good. All right, so now it's your turn to read. I will read Joe, you read Mark. Are you ready? That's you at home. Are you ready? Not Yong-hee, so listen quietly. Do you have any plans for the long weekend? I'm going to stay here. Yes, but your plan sounds better. Who else is going? How about your brother? Your mum must be happy. Well done if you did your reading. Because in that reading, there is a lot of grammar. There is talking about future tenses. We mentioned there'll be present simple. We'll come back to those in a moment, because the main focus of the dialogue was using terms like will, going to. Alright, to talk about the future. To talk about the future. So they use words like the train will depart at 10:15. In the future, will depart. Alright, we will meet again soon. In the future, in the future. And then there's other ones that use future from the past. He said that he would send an invitation. Alright, so these would is the past tense of will. And then there's going to, I'm going to, but I injured my hand. But they're talking about future from the past. So we're going to look at them in the dialogue. The first ones we're going to look at in the dialogue are will. So I'm going to ask Yong-hee a question about Mark. using the word will and ask Yonghee to answer the question. Are you ready, Yonghee?
Yes.
So let's talk about future tenses. Now, let's move them out the way. So let's ask the question. What will Mark do?
Mark will visit his parents.
Yes, he will visit his parents. So Mark, he will visit his parents. Very good, Yonghee. Let's try another one. What will Joe do?
Joe will stay there or stay home.
Okay, yes. He will stay home. He will stay here, which seems to be home. Okay, so all those are doing is talking about the future, simply using will. So the other option they say you can use is to talk about the future is the be verb plus going to. I am going to try harder next time, in the future. She is going to be a lawyer after graduating, in the future. So these are, you can use going to instead of will to talk about the future.
I noticed that the using be going to make your future plan more confirmed than the will.
Definitely true.
Yes.
Yeah.
You plan, right? You more planned to do it. Like you next time try harder, because you didn't say will, you said be going to, so you will more likely have more try hard.
Okay.
And then she's going to be a lawyer after graduating, rather than say she will be a lawyer. That means she is more likely to become a lawyer after graduating.
Yes, that's very likely. So we're going to try the going to in the question, and Yonghee's going to give the answer.
Good.
What is Mark's sister going to do?
Mark's sister is going to meet Mark at the bus station.
Yes, she is going to meet Mark at the bus station in the future. You could say she will meet Mark at the bus station. There isn't much difference, but as Yonghee said, if you use going to, it is more likely a definite certainty.
Planned.
It's something you planned already to do. Oh. When is Mark's brother going to arrive?
He's going to arrive on Saturday.
Yes, he's going to arrive on Saturday. So it's something they have planned. This one uses a different verb tense, simple present simple, to talk about the future by using on Saturday. So you can use prepositional phrases to talk about when something will happen. And the last one, here they say we use the be plus about to talk about near future. Near future means close to this time now.
Almost now.
Yeah, almost immediately. Please find your seat. The show is about to begin immediately. Is everything ready? The guests are about to arrive immediately. So it's things that are almost within a few seconds or a few minutes from now. But there is variation, so it's not always fixed. So Yonghee, if you ask me the question this time.
What is Mark's mother about to get?
Oh my! She's about to get a big surprise. So Yonghee, can you think of another question to follow that with?
Why is Mark's mother about to get a big surprise?
Exactly. She's about to get a big surprise, but because it uses why, it makes for a longer answer and you'll have a because. Because her children are about to visit her. So this answers the why.
And her husband didn't tell her.
Yes, the husband decided not to tell her because he wanted it to be a surprise. So that was very nice of them. So they're going to surprise their mother with a visit from all over America. They're going to Chicago to visit the family. So one last time for you. You should practice this reading by reading it out loud. Okay, I'll leave you to do that in your own free time. Now we're going to move on to Speaking 1. Speaking 1 uses a different part of the grammar section. We have questions here like, when does the baseball game start? It starts in 30 minutes. So here there's no will, there's no going to, there's no about to. It's using present simple plus a time phrase, time preposition phrase. At 9 tomorrow. When does your class start? Our class starts at 9 tomorrow. When does the festival run from to? The festival runs from May 8th to 10th.
So you can use simple present tense of the verb that can also tell the future event as long as the future event is fixed mode.
There are variations again. There are variations here. So we'll practice this in this section. So the example they gave, when does the baseball game start, Yonghee?
It starts in 30 minutes.
Yes, so the when is the in 30 minutes. So you can give a short answer. When does the baseball game start? Or in 30 minutes.
That means less than 30 minutes?
No, it could mean less than, it could mean more than. It's not fixed. It's not fixed. Good question.
Just roughly.
Roughly,
around 30 minutes.
Roughly that it starts. So as we say, the start is in present simple here. There's no will, there's no going to. You can use going to. You could say the baseball game is going to start in 30 minutes. That's a more definite answer. Here it's unclear exactly when it's going to start. The baseball game will start in 30 minutes. Options. There are lots of options for talking about the future, as is using present progressive. She is hosting a party tonight. When is she hosting a party? She is hosting a party tonight. When are they getting married? They are getting married in April.
Oh, then present progressive is more like be going to.
Yes. Alright. So here you can see, if we use present simple, it'll be when is the rock festival? Right? When does the rock festival open? But here we use the be verb in the question. That's the difference. So when is the rock festival opening?
It is opening in 2 weeks.
When is the rock festival opening?
It is opening in 2 weeks.
Very good. So yes, the when is in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. So it's the time expression.
Because it's is opening instead of opens. It's more confirmed, more definite.
Yes, that's possible.
So it's like present simple tense starts, runs like using simple. Is more like using will. Not sure, right? Yeah.
Possible.
But present progressive is be going to. So it's more definite, more planned.
Yeah, but don't trust anyone just because they sound more definite. The future is not fixed.
Yeah, but the way you want to deliver message is more definite.
Okay, well let's practice some of these.
Yeah.
So Yonghee, when does the baseball game start?
The baseball game starts in 30 minutes.
Good.
When does the rock festival open?
The rock festival opens in 2 weeks. When does the graduation ceremony end?
It ends at noon. When does the band play?
The band plays before the game. Alright, so let's try them without seeing the question, without us showing, so you have to follow along. So, Yonghee, what time does the train depart? Or when does the train depart?
The train departs in 1 hour.
Very good. Youngie, you try ask me one.
Professor Neil, how long does the sale last?
The sale lasts until next Friday, which means it finishes on Friday.
Your turn.
Youngie, when does the Thanksgiving Day parade fall? Open.
It falls on November 22nd.
Very good. And the last one?
Professor Neil, when does the store close?
The store closes at 9 p.m. The store closes at 9 p.m., which is when we close. Because now we are finishing this.
It's very difficult without having questions on the screen.
Yes. So, but we'll come back in Unit 3. All right, that is the end of Part 1. We'll see you in Part 2. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.